Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead with a tea rig. I'm canning tomatoes today, hence the apron. Yes, I'm filming it, only because I think my last couple of videos, I don't know, doesn't matter. I'm videoing it anyway, just for something to do. I'm inundated. I don't have a whole lot of tomatoes right now, but I just texted Papa and said, stop by the farmer's market and get me 2 more boxes. I am a tomato junkie. I eat them almost every single day. So, and now I know there's going to be a lot of people telling me, oh, you shouldn't, with your pain and inflammation, you shouldn't be eating nightshades, which is potatoes and tomatoes and peppers and eggplant, which I don't even know what well, I know what it looks like, but I've never had one. So, um, but you know what? I've given up a lot of things in my life. Tomatoes aren't one of them today. So that's that. Uh, So I'm in the process of emptying my freezers. Well, we've got the small freezer in the porch that, yes, we bought our bag of corn or a bushel of corn and we've put our corn away. And oh, for people who've asked me about that, I want to clear something up. I take off the biggest part of the stalk and I cut the brown part of the silk off and the heavy outer leaves, and I just throw them in the freezer. I make sure they're well covered with leaves. Now, when you cook them, you don't thaw them out. This was a mistake a friend of mine made, and she said, I thought they were bad. I thawed them out and then I put them in the oven and they were just awful. And it's like, no, honey, you put them in the oven frozen. You put them in the microwave, frozen. You put them on the barbecue, frozen, and all of them still in their wrappers. Okay? Just in case anybody out there is doubting me that freezing your corn in the husk is the best way to eat corn. If you don't believe that, then maybe you're doing it wrong. I don't know. So I've got the 5 gallon pail of grapes from Serenity Wolf. Thank you, sweetheart. Open prayers for, Serenity. She's going through a rough time. And I just want her to know she's in my heart. And, I'm here if you need me. You just come for a cup of tea anytime. Um, anyway, I've still got those grapes to do in the freezer. And what I'm going to do with those, I think, is I'm going to destem them, throw them all in a stock pot with a bit of water, cook them, run them through the food mill, and just can the juice. And that way, if I want to make jelly, I've got the juice. If I want to make juice, I've got the juice, right? Some people can it as grape juice with the sugar and the water and everything. I'm just going to can it as concentrate, and I can do whatever I want with it later. I still have some blueberries that I need to make up into jam, also from Serenity Wolf last year. And I haven't decided how much. Once I figure out how many I have, I will keep some for sprinkling frozen into Daddy's pancakes in the morning, and then I will make some blueberry jam. And if I have any left, I'll just can them in simple syrup. Now I have canned pie filling, and I don't particularly care for canned pie filling. I would rather can my fruit in simple syrup and work with that, because then you have more options, right? So yes, I've already seen the deer apples coming out on the roadside. So there's and for those who don't know what that is, I get like a 35-pound bag of apples for like $7 usually, and carrots too. So there's going to be those. I am in full-fledged mode. Nancy has cleaned my pantry and organized it. So once I have all my canning caught up, then I will do a video of it before when everything's in it. I've still got stuff from the last few years, but you know what? The truth is I don't use a lot of extra things. Now I've canned a lot of things, but chicken and broth and ground meat, two staples in my pantry. Beans, potatoes, tomatoes, and turnips, believe it or not. Those are my staples. So I haven't even looked at my cabbage. It's either really, really big and beautiful, or it's probably rotting or riddled with bugs. I don't know. I haven't been out in the garden in a while. Now, Papa said there's still another picking of beans, but it's not going to be huge. So, oh, I have to remind him. Hang on a second. Because he said there is another picking of beans and he wants me to do those with the mushrooms and the onion soup. And pick up some sliced or whole white mushrooms, please, for canning with the beans. Love you. Drive safely. My internet's really, really bad today. I'll be really lucky if I can upload this in 12 hours. I don't know what's going on, but even though I've done a speed test and my speed test says download is 16 and upload is 0.6. And I don't necessarily know what it means, but when I phoned the other high-speed internet company available to us, he said that's better than what we can give you. And I thank you, Pickenock, for giving me your honest opinion. But they're also working on eventually fiber optics. God, please bring fiber optics. You know why? I don't want to get fiber optics through Bell. You know my relationship with Bell, folks. I pulled the plug on absolutely everything Bell when I found out they were taking money from me under the disguise of an account on auto renewal that I never auto renewed and had canceled 3 years before. But I paid for it for like 2 years. And the only reason I found it is because I got a Bell bill. I got a Bell bill after I canceled the TV subscription satellite thing. So I won't do Bell. Now, if Bell came to my door and said, we're running fiber optics, and because of your customer relationship with us in the past, and because we want to thank you and say we're sorry, we're going to give you fiber optic internet free for the rest of your life, I would still have a lawyer go over the fine print. You know what I mean? But I would consider it. I would get a lawyer to go over the fine print, but I would consider it. So that's what I'm doing this weekend. Even the roosters. Excuse me. Even the roosters have to be put off until next weekend because I've got to get the blueberries, the grapes, and the tomatoes out of my freezer. And I have all that leftover pork from the pig roast that I want to, if I gave a lot of it away to people as they were leaving, like bags of it. But if I have more than a couple bags left, I'm going to grind that up and can it, dry canning the meat. And I also have a garbage bag in there with pork bones in it, which I should pressure cook and into broth for that as well. So I have a lot of stuff going on, right? But I needed a tea break in the worst way. I really did. I'm glad everybody who watched Eric Ewing Meyer's CD. Thank you, CD. Thank you who saw the video. Excuse me. Thank you for your support. I like to support young people in their dreams, and that's it. That's all. No more. You can find them on Spotify and iTunes and all that stuff. And if you didn't watch it all the way to the end, you should, because there is a CD giveaway. What else is going on? Anybody know anything about Patreon? Please email me. I need help. As far, people think I'm really technologically savvy, but I'm not. I I really have a hard time with new stuff. I'm getting old. I only have so much stuff in my brain. And it's my brain's like a computer, okay? When the files get full, it slows down until you go to bed at night and you defrag your brain. And then what happens is whatever hasn't been used in the last year or so gets kicked out the back so that to make room for new knowledge. That's my theory. I just go with it. So my Cooking with Cannabis channel is we've got until October 17th when recreational marijuana becomes legal in Canada, second country in the world to do so, for the whole country. And YouTube is still knocking my Cooking with Cannabis channel, even though I've rebuilt it and I'm doing more, because they're saying it's not not suitable for all advertisers, which I think is a crock, because the cannabis industry in North America is about to explode. And if advertisers aren't begging to be on cannabis channels right now, then there's a problem. Either YouTube is not seeing it or they're not offering it as a major option. I'm sorry, I took marketing. I would be all over it right now. I'm only upset that I didn't buy stock in Tweed 2 years ago, because I wouldn't have to worry about my cannabis channel making any money right now. But anyway, so if by October 17th, YouTube hasn't woken up and smelled the coffee or whatever it wants to smell, then I'm going to have to put that channel on a Patreon thing. And if I can do it, this is my question for people who know anything about Patreon, okay? What I want to do is I want to open a Patreon account for that channel, but I don't want to restrict anything from anybody. I don't want them to become a patron just so they can watch my channel. My channel still has to be free to everybody, okay? But I got to make money, all right? Because making videos and all that stuff, like making the videos and buying the materials for the videos, like my new grow box and stuff like that, costs money. And I either have to work harder at something else that's going to make me money or find a way for doing what I love to make me money. And no, I don't sell pot. It's against the law. Okay, so my Cooking with Cannabis channel is a potential income that I really need right now. Besides, it's my new baby and I love it. I really love my Cooking with Cannabis adventure. If I could legally do so, and I'm going to be looking into it, once I have all my recipes worked out, I'd like to open a small mom and pop kind of dispensary. But I don't know how that's going to happen legally. All I know is I need to fund that somehow. So I figure what I'll do is, again, I'm asking people who know something about Patreon, is I can offer people to be patrons and give them a reward instead of restricting the non-patrons. Does that make sense? For instance, like a Cooking with Cannabis t-shirt, or maybe a, an exclusive copy of my videos, or so, I don't know, but I need help navigating that. I'm not sure how to do it, because there's all kinds of videos out there, but it's a lot more words and to give me a little bit of information that I need. I need less words, more information. That's what I was trying to say. So thank you, everybody, for your patience with me discussing Patreon and my Cooking with Cannabis channel here on our half-acre homestead. So tomatoes, 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 grapes, blueberries. Oh, and I don't know how my strawberries, if they survived at all. I'm going to have to check soon because the frost will be coming soon. But I had turnips coming up. Remember I planted the one raised bed with turnips or rutabagas or Swedes, okay? Rutabagas, turnips, Swedes. And they didn't come up, so I planted strawberries instead. Well, some came up. And even though I tried to pull them all out because my strawberries were already planted, apparently more had. So I may have a couple of rutabagas to can too. Wouldn't that be fun? So that's what's going on. A weekend, an entire weekend of canning. Let me know which videos you want to see and I will videotape them. Okay, if you want to see the blueberry jam, the blueberries and syrup, the grape juice concentrate, all that stuff, canning meat, all that stuff, let me know. Okay. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead saying, I'm sorry, this is a short one. It's only, it doesn't tell me. Oh, it's not short. It's 15 minutes long, but I've got to get back to work. All right. Take care. God bless. I hope everybody has an amazing weekend.